Hey gang, Tony here. Sorry I've been a little bit MIA, but I've been in the studio getting some work done, and hopefully we'll have some stuff in the store very, very soon. I've been painting today. The light switch covers, I have the first batch of, I guess the standard colors pretty much done, and I'm going to be working on some variants. I have the Killer Clown from Outer Space bust started to be molded, so as soon as I get the rest of my silicone, I'm going to finish that up, and that will be getting cast by early next week. And yeah, things are moving along. So I've been pretty busy, which is why I haven't been making too many videos. But I did want to do a quick one here for, this is kind of a little different. Recently I had a couple gift cards I was looking to blow on the internet. And I came across a cool little project that I thought might be fun. I haven't actually completed the project yet, but the items came today for the project. I thought I'd show you that, tell you a little about it, and maybe you guys would be interested in playing along and doing one of your own. There's this little computer, microcomputer called the Raspberry Pi 2. And this is used for a lot of like little projects, especially if you're into computer science. If you are good with programming, you can do a lot of stuff with this little guy. You know, you could make robots, you could do smart home functionality, you can make streaming media boxes, you can do like a Wi-Fi extender so that your Wi-Fi goes further. I mean, there's just probably limitless sort of things that you can do with this. I mean, I've seen a number of really cool projects. The one I'm doing is kind of on the easy side because I'm not really proficient in computer programming and languages and things like that. Though I would like to start learning that as well, but I got too much stuff going on as it is. So, let me show you what I purchased, and then I'll tell you what the project is. So I got a little kit with, you could get just a Raspberry Pi, and I'll show you what that is first. So this is the little Raspberry Pi. It's very small. Microcomputer. So that's the main box that it comes with. If you get just this, just the computer, it is, I believe, $35, maybe $30. It's pretty cheap. It's not that expensive. So I'm going to take out all the extra little things that come with it because I want to show you the computer first, the microcomputer. And alright, so we've got some instructions and things, little just warranties, I think, and safety instructions and whatnot. You're going to want to be careful about static electricity when you're playing around with this because it is an open circuitry, as you'll see in a moment. So it's kind of like looking at a tiny motherboard with everything already on it. Speaking of static electricity, have some metal here that I touch. That way I discharge any electricity that might be on me. And this is obviously a static proof bag. And there it is. Alright. So that's your little Raspberry Pi 2. As you can see, there are USB ports. There are Ethernet ports on there. We got the processor. We have an HDMI port on that side. Looks like an audio jack right at the bottom there, where this finger is. And a bunch of other stuff that, micro USB over here. And that's about all I can tell you from just looking at it. Oh, there's a display port over there at the top. Alright, so that is the main item. Alright, that's the thing that you program and do all the stuff with. So I'll put that back away, and I'll show you the other stuff that came with it. So you could get just that for about $30, $35, something like that. I chose to get a little kit that came with a lot of extra stuff because I was planning on doing a specific project. So it comes with 2 heat sinks, a couple of heat sinks there to help distribute heat. So you can apply those directly. It looks like they have the adhesive already on there, so you can apply those directly to the board, I imagine. Don't know too much about that yet. It also came with an 8, I believe it's 8 gigabytes, let me double check. Yes, a little 8 gigabyte mini SD card, which actually came pre-installed in this little mini USB drive. So you put the little card in there, and you can actually plug that directly into your computer to download items and whatnot, and then you put the card into the Raspberry Pi. So we got that. And then we have a Wi-Fi dongle. So that's what this little guy is right here. That is a Wi-Fi dongle that you can plug directly into the Raspberry Pi and get Wi-Fi. Alright, next up we have, that is my phone. It came with the official, well, unofficial AC adapter, so you could get power to the thing. So that's pretty important, you want one of those. And we have a HDMI cable for plugging into a display. And looks like a micro USB extender, I believe that is. And lastly, an enclosure, which is not imperative, but you don't really, I mean, depending on what you're going to do with this, you don't necessarily want it sitting out like that. So there's an enclosure that you can put that in, which I find pretty helpful. Alright, so that is all of the Raspberry Pi 2 stuff. And then the other thing I got is going to be the giveaway. This is what's going to be like the big hint, so you know what I'm going to be doing. I got a USB Super Nintendo controller. What am I doing? I am making a tiny portable retro gaming system. It's gonna be really, really cool. Basically, there's this program called, if I can remember, RetroPie, and you get that a RetroPie OS SD image that you put on the SD card, and then the Raspberry Pi 2 boots directly into that. It's already preloaded with all the emulators that you would need for basically all the retro consoles. And then you download ROMs of the games that you want to play. And that's basically, I mean, there's more to it. You got to program the controller so it works with it and this and that. I'm not going to go through every step here. But at the end of the day, I'll have a little tiny console that has a bunch of retro games on it. Now, technically, if you want to be legal about this whole thing, I'm going to be legal here. You can only download ROMs for games that you own. Okay, guys? You can only download ROMs for games that you own. I'm not saying that anyone here should go out and download the entire library of games for every single retro console and put them all on that SD card so you can play any game from any console. I'm not telling you to do that. It's possible. I'm not telling you to do it. That would be illegal. So that's my project that I'm going to be working on right now. I will update you guys and tell you how it goes. Breathe deep in the night. I'll see you soon.